And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, a real estate and finance expert, and goes to bat for you every day as your consumer advocate. Your host, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again another day committed to picking a fight with the mainstream media and providing you the timely truth. Centered around real estate, credit, finance, estate planning, tax planning, and so much more. Over 80 show partners now, consumer advocates that want to help you win in any marketplace.
The only thing I'm addicted to right now is winning.
Now I want you to pull out your smartphone, save our consumer advocate hotline number in your phone. It's 813-917-1894.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
That's right. We love it when the hotline blings. 813-917-1894.
Baby,
Don't forget our number. Bookmark our website, consumerqb.com. We want to help you win in any marketplace. You can watch our live stream television show version of the show at consumerqb.com. Just click on the live stream link, as well as on WeBeam TV. And we don't care if you're climbing a corporate ladder or if you throw a ladder in your truck on the way to work. This show's for you. We want to help you win in any marketplace. And let's go around the horn now, make our introductions. Back in the house, the credit magician, Mr. Bill Crowley. Big Daddy Bill.
Hey, I'm back. I'm back in the house, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, we're going to talk about a couple things today. I know you got your list over there, but I want to talk about the WCRD. Okay. And I'll tell people what the acronym is when you get back to me, baby.
All right. Excellent. Mario Larrea in the house as well, reverse mortgage specialist. Welcome in.
Hey, Brandon. Good to be here again. I'm going to be going over some of the qualifications that people need in order to qualify for a reverse mortgage.
Excellent. Yeah, reverse mortgage is something that is sometimes overlooked in many cases. It's a product that was developed by the Reagan administration and can really be a great resource and a financial instrument for seniors to help them age in place and also access equity in their real estate. So, yeah, great lineup for you today. Got a couple of hot listings. As you know, I'm the owner of Platinum MVP Realty and a top listing agent here in Tampa Bay. And I want to talk to you about 2606 North Valrico Road in Seffner. This is an 84-acre development opportunity. Attention any business owners, builders, entrepreneurs out there. This is a great opportunity. 2606 North Valrico Road. It's 84 acres, prime development opportunity, $1.79 million, as well as just around the corner out in Seffner, I got 11515 East Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard in Seffner. This is just over an acre, so it's much more affordable at $190,000. And also compliments of David Dell with Platinum MVP Realty, one of our commercial specialists. He's got a property at 7118 East Fowler Avenue in Tampa. It's a residential mixed-use property. It's an auto shop / single family, and it's 0.58 acres, and it's a opportunity at $600,000 list price. So a couple of hot listings. We want you to check out PlatinumMVPRealty.com as well, and you can see all of our listings linked on our page as well at ConsumerQB.com. And we've got a great hotel partner. I want to let you know about our QB code that we have with the Hotel Zamora. If you ever want to do a great staycation here, local place to go and have fun, got a 4-star, 5-star hotel here. The Hotel Zamora is our official hotel partner. Now, this is the first new hotel built on St. Pete Beach in decades. What you've got is Spanish ancestry meeting cool Mediterranean attitude. They've got boat docks where you can pull your boat up if you're a boater like myself. I know Mario gets out there on the boats as well. You know, you can pull your boat up and enjoy a nice relaxing evening or afternoon at the hotel, the pool, the spa, and also the Castile restaurant right on site. They've got world-renowned chefs there cooking awesome meals on the weekends. You can do some rooftop yoga at the Hotel Zamora. Also on Wednesday nights, our friend Gary Gilkey has an awesome trivia night there as well on the rooftop bar. Hotel Zamora, the official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Also got a business growth seminar going on this Friday night. You don't want to miss this. Come out and check it out. Now, what we've got 3 to 5:30, we've got an opportunity for you as a business owner or maybe a manager to grow your business. You're going to learn about digital marketing, business growth strategies from action coach Patrick Leask. Also, it's 3 to 5:30. And then at 5:30, we're going up to the rooftop. We're going to chill out, have some fun, have some cervezas, maybe some wine on the rooftop bar, the 360 Lounge, overlooking the Gulf of Mexico. It's a beautiful, beautiful hotel, and we want to offer that to our business owners, small and medium-sized business owners. We want to help you win, helping consumers win. That's the goal of our show. So let's go ahead and jump right into this content. I'm Brandon Rhymes. I'm your host. As you know, I'm an author as well, published author and a professional speaker. And we want to start off with a little personal development. So what we talk about here is the power of habit. So a lot of times, let's think about how habits shape our lives. We've got decisions that shape our lives. We also have habits that shape our lives. And what you have is an awesome book here that I read by Charles Duhigg. It's Why We Do What We Do. And the framework is you want to identify the routine. What routine are you embarking on that's a bad habit in your mind, right? So you want to experiment with different rewards, and you want to isolate the cue. Now, the cue is going to be that initial thought, that initial process that implements in your mind that says, hey, I'm going to get up from my desk. I'm going to go down to the lunchroom, the cafeteria, and I'm going to go ahead and get that cookie or that brownie that I know is contributing to my belt line, right? So you want to isolate the cue. So whenever you have that come in, you want to experiment with different types of rewards. Maybe the reward, the payoff isn't the sugar burst of the cookie. Maybe the reward is getting up and just talking to friends, maybe getting a smoothie instead. So you want to play, and have a plan. So the cue, you got the routine, and then the reward. So it's MIT research shows is that step one, you identify the routine, the neurological loop that consists of three parts: the cue, the routine, and the reward. So to understand your own habits, what you need to do is understand the components of your loops and how you can change those and have the positive and diagnose the habit loop. So another consumer quarterback tip here from the Quarterback Show. All right, helping you win. All right, let's jump right into it. Later in the show as well, we're going to get William Crowley going here. Top 10 reasons people put off credit repair from creditrepair.com. So interesting content coming up. But, yeah, what are you seeing out there? Let's talk to the expert. This is the expert here, William Crowley, the credit magician. What are you seeing out there in the world of credit, man?
I am the expert, baby. I am the expert. Anyway, I don't know if people know, but yesterday was WCRD, and that's World Consumer Rights Day.
Okay.
Even me, being in the consumer industry, I didn't even know it. I'm ashamed of myself. The first observance was in 1983, but the Kennedy administration is the first one that addressed it back in 1962. Nevertheless, it's something that people should definitely take a look at. The website is consumersinternational.org, www.consumersinternational.org. Now, this year's theme is what they're going to be talking about is I think it's building a digital world consumer can trust. But as I always say in the past, I've been on the show, is that consumers should always be aware of their rights, not so that we can abuse the market, but this here actually helps to strengthen the market. The more knowledgeable we are as consumers, the stronger the market is, because we don't have to worry about doing things such as having bad credit, or the things that you're going to go over the 10 steps of why people have bad credit or why they don't take the necessary action to correct it.
Right. So
we want to make sure we reiterate, people do not abuse the market, okay? The market's there to work with you, and if your credit is right, then it could be more beneficial to all of us. But the Fair Credit Reporting Act, Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, UCC, the Federal Trade Commission, etc. I get emotional when I talk about this stuff.
It's okay. It's okay, buddy. It's all right.
But no, really though. I mean, these laws can definitely help to protect us if we, as consumers, just take the necessary action, read these laws, and really internalize them and exercise them. Now, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, can be found at FTC.gov. That's the Federal Trade Commission website, FTC.gov. Most people don't even go there. Most people aren't even aware of it. I mean, even me, being in the industry, didn't even know yesterday was the World Consumer Rights Day. But I will be practicing it here on out. But it's just so important that people understand the dynamics of how they can legally restore their credit. I'm not saying that people are bad people just because they have bad credit. We do have hiccups in our life, misfortune and things like that. So it happens. But at the same time, we've got to learn to take the necessary action either to prevent it or to correct it after it happens. Preferably, we want to prevent it by all costs. And that's the part of the package that we're going to be talking about later on in the show. But if people can just be familiar with these rights. Now, The negative information that's on the credit reports, we know you did it, okay? We know that you did it. So therefore, just make sure that you know that when you're using the Fair Credit Reporting Act, you're going after them for violations of due process. Not that you didn't do it. We know you did it. But take the necessary action to be proactive and use the Fair Credit Reporting Act in removing it.
Yeah, great point. You know, we're experiencing information overload these days.
Exactly.
It's text, it's tweets, it's RSS feeds, it's emails, it's all these constant pulls for our attention. So let's jump into that when we come back. We're going to talk about the top 10 reasons people put off credit repair. We're also going to talk with Mario Larrea about reverse mortgages, and we're expecting a call in from James Lascano, Transworld Business Advisors. He's going to be talking about how business owners can prepare their business to exit at some point, to have that exit plan in place. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, just
Hey, back in studio, Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP Realty, and a big shout out to our official massage partner, Back in Health Massage, Michael Vogt, helping people with neck, back, shoulder, hip, and leg pain feel better. Big shout out to my massage therapist, Michael Vogt, Back in Health Massage, conveniently located in central Carrollwood, Tampa area, right at Gun Highway in Dale Mabry. Back and Health Massage. And we're back here in studio live from iHeartRadio, beautiful South Tampa, Florida. And we want to help you win no matter what you're facing out there. I want you to think of this show as the hub of your financial, business, your health wheel. And each spoke extending out is representing another one of our preferred partners. Over 80 show partners now with the Quarterback Show. And we all want to help you win. I want to quarterback these introductions to the best in each specific space. Real estate, credit, finance, estate planning, tax planning, credit repair, reverse mortgage, marketing, health, nutrition, so many ways that we can help you. So program our hotline number in your phone. It's 813-917-1894. Welcome to my house. Next time you need anything, just pull out your phone, say, hey, I'm going to call the quarterback, I'm going to call the consumer advocate, I'm going to get his opinion on what's happening in the marketplace, what happened. Maybe you get a letter put on your door. You don't know what it's about. Give us a call. We've got 10 different attorneys that can respond quickly for you. So that's the idea of this show, consumerqb.com. We're going to help you win no matter what you're facing.
Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up.
All right. So we're talking a little credit here. We got William Crowley, the credit magician, in the house. Also to my left here, Mario Larrea, reverse mortgage specialist. I'm going to have his comment as well here soon. But let's go back to that, William. You know, we weren't taught about credit in school. There's no credit police that's going to come around and help you out when something happens. Identity theft, we know, is so rampant in this world. So how can the consumers out there protect themselves? And if they're in a position, you know, what's the big step for them to contact you?
Well, the big step, first of all, is for them to be proactive and don't play like they're the victim, okay?
Right.
You're not a victim, okay? You're the one that's in charge of your finances. You're responsible. Things happen. You have to get back on track. So it's ultimately your responsibility. Yes, we weren't taught this in the public school system, true enough, but nevertheless, there's a lot of things that we aren't taught in the public school systems. But there are books and material out there for us to be able to go to. Like I said earlier, the website where all of this information is located is ftc.gov. That's the Federal Trade Commission. That's the watchdog for the industry. It supplies us with all necessary information we need to protect ourselves against the abuses of corporate America. But it's not just corporate America abusing you. You're abusing corporate America as well.
How so?
So because when we default on debts, we default on these we don't carry out or complete our financial responsibilities or carry them out like we're supposed to, then we're actually beating up on corporate America as well. Right. So let's level the playing field, make sure that we're not sitting up here saying that look what corporate America is doing to us. Yes, it has a large amount of power.
Right.
We know that. But at the same time, we can level that playing field by having more knowledge about what our rights are and how we can participate in the economy at maximum efficiency.
What are our rights? You know, so let's say, hey, there's these credit card companies calling me all the time. It's an unsecured debt. I told them it's you know they're calling me. Oh well, you know, give us a scenario where people can engage you.
Yeah, and when you're getting calls from these so-called collection agencies, that's what you're referring to. When you open up a contract with the original creditor, you owe that debt, okay? But after 90 to 180 days of inactivity or non-payment on your behalf, then the debt will charge off. That means it has released you officially from that debt. But nevertheless, the collector is going to buy the debt for pennies on the dollar, and they're going to hound you for that debt. And I tell people, never pay the collectors, but never, ever ignore the collectors either.
Right.
Don't ignore them because it has come to their attention that a debt is owed. There's a debt out there, and you're supposedly responsible for it. It's imperative that you take that responsibility, take the necessary action to let that collector know, I don't owe this debt, by issuing a validation of debt. So you're not being abused. What you did was you defaulted on the debt, and then the collectors are buying the debt for pennies on the dollar. That's business, and they're going to try to collect. The game is you've got to know what you're doing or you're going to be taken advantage of. And not even taken advantage of. I don't like to say that because I don't want this show to deteriorate to the point where we're just victims. We're not victims.
Right.
We have to take responsibility, but there are ways that if we do have hiccups, that we can correct it by having our own personal knowledge of the laws that are out there. FederalTradeCommission.gov, FTC.gov is where the Fair Credit Reporting Act is located, Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, and other aspects of the law.
Why don't you get us a blog, and we'll get that up. Well, I'll have Anthony put it on the page, on our Consumer Quarterback page, consumerqb.com. We want everybody to go to that as a resource, consumerqb.com, and then we'll have a blog directly from the Credit Magician. Now, let's go ahead and do this offer for our listeners out there. William, do you want to set this up for me, the credit package offer, and then we'll have a call to action here?
Okay. I don't want to give you all the details of it, but if you do call in, listen, there's a lot of information out there that most of us consumers aren't aware of. And even a lot of this information possibly is not on the website. So we're gonna share that with you. We're gonna show you, for instance, how to put a promotional block on your credit report and to help you to understand that the biggest perpetrator of identity theft is the credit reporting agencies. The second biggest perpetrator of identity theft is you, because you're allowing your information to be just sent out there arbitrarily and you don't know who's getting this information. So we're going to show you how to be proactive, how to look at this Fair Credit Reporting Act and how to use it to maximum efficiency, okay? Not just throwing out some crazy disputes, but structuring it scientifically so that you can have an ideal of how these laws are really working to benefit you. We're going to go over the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, the validation of debts. I mean, it's a ton of material.
We're going to give them the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
That's exactly what we're going to do.
Yeah, so go ahead and pull out your smartphone, shoot us a call or a text. Text the word credit to 813-917-1894. Take control. It's your decision, and it's your 100% responsible for your financial future, your credit improvement. And maybe it's not bad credit. Maybe it just could be better, right? So pull out your smartphone, text us at 813-917-1894. Text the word credit to 813-917-1894.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
Or you could give us a call. We love it when the hotline blings. 813-917-1894. We're going to put you in touch with William Crowley, a.k.a. the Credit Magician. More from William as well. We're going to talk about our top 10 reasons why people put off credit improvement. Let's go ahead and switch gears now. We're going to talk with James Lascano, I think, is on the hotline out there, and we got Mario Larrea in the house as well, reverse mortgage specialist. Hey, James, you there?
Yes.
All right.
Yes. How are you doing,
James
Brandon?
Lascano, Transworld Business Advisors. Things are great, man. A lot of energy in the room. Had a great show yesterday as well with Jarek Robbins and Forbes Riley in the house. But today we're talking about credit improvement with William Crowley. And so now James Lascano is on the line. He's calling in. He wants to talk a little bit about how business owners can prepare their businesses for sale. And also he helps businesses sell as well. So buying and selling businesses out there, James.
Correct. Thank you very much, Brandon. Yeah. It was yesterday I was having a conversation with a lady, and she was telling me specific things about looking into purchasing a business, obviously, here in Florida. Florida's great. The little cold snap that we're having is something, that's not very common, and it's not the norm. So immediately we'll get warm again. And but everybody wants to move to Florida, obviously, because of the warm weather, the beautiful beaches, and so forth. And she was calling me, I believe, from Colorado, and she was just asking me, look, James, I'm thinking of buying this particular business. And she asked me a very important question because she was trying to understand the difference between what is blue sky and goodwill. And I was trying to explain it to her because there are monumental differences in that. And some people don't understand that, and I wanted to explain that a little bit just to educate the listeners. Normally, when you sell a business, as a seller, what you're selling, and this is small businesses, you're selling. It's a sale of assets, not you're not buying into stock of a business. Normally, what we do in basically the small business world is that we sell small business through sale of assets, because acquisition of a product to another, the law requires that in the state of Florida.
Right.
So basically, that's what it is. And then the goodwill that comes with it. So if you're selling for whatever revenue that you've made in so many years, the business continues to bring that consistent revenue through the years. There's a set amount of revenue. So what we look at assets, and we say, look, just give a simplified example. If you have $100,000 that you're selling a business for, and your assets are valued about $50,000, then the remainder $50,000 is what you would call goodwill. That's the effort and strength that you've poured into your business for so many years, and that's the value that has been established that the business is worth in addition to the assets, Now, that's a very simplified way. There are other things that go into it, but I wanted to explain it in the simplest form, And that's considered goodwill, that revenue that is in addition to what the bare assets cost, or would cost someone to do that. So that's goodwill. And she brought up what is called blue sky. And blue sky,
let's say blue sky for after the break, James. We're coming into a break here. Let's say blue sky for after the break. James Lascano, Transworld Business Advisors. hang on the phones for us there. And also, we're going to talk about the top 10 reasons why people put off credit repair. We've got William Crowley in the house, the credit magician, and also Mario Larrea, reverse mortgage specialist. We're going to talk about the reverse mortgage specialist here in the program called the Home Equity Conversion Mortgage, where you can utilize that for seniors to help them age in place or even access equity in your home. So stay with us. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Thanks for
Hey, Brandon Rhymes here. Hula Bay is our restaurant partner. I got to tell you about Hula Bay. It's an awesome waterfront restaurant in South Tampa, right at Tyson Avenue, 5210 Tyson Avenue in South Tampa. Waterfront ambiance, excellent food, the best sushi in all of Tampa Bay. The tuna is shipped in daily from Hawaii, and it's awesome food. Hula Bay, the official restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. So go down there and say hello to Mike Finnegan. Let him know the real estate quarterback sent you for a free water with lemon. He's going to hook you up. He takes care of you every time, doesn't he? You go down there, right, William?
I love it, baby. I love it.
He'll take care of you down there, man. That water with lemon is so good. And you got to hydrate, You got to hydrate. What else do you have if you don't have your health, right? And
I love it.
yeah, we got also, speaking of health, we got Felicia Lacaille with Healthy Gourmet. She delivers these awesome meals to my home every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Home or office delivery. Awesome meals put together for as low as $10 a meal, I think it is. Meal plan starting at $90 a week. It's unbelievable pricing. And you think about it, you're driving into these fast food restaurants, scrambling to get a food or a burger real quick. Think about it ahead of time. Again, it's back to the habits we talked about in the beginning of the show, and it's 100% your decision. Felicia Lacaille, Healthy Gourmet. All of our expert contributors are on our website at consumerqb.com. Got a couple of hot listings. As you know, I'm a former USF football player, played on the inaugural football team of USF. Now I'm leading the team at Platinum MVP Realty, and got a couple of hot listings I want to let you know about. 7814 Sims Road in Gibsonton, 4-bedroom, 3-bath property, residential property that's completely renovated, pool home, beautifully renovation done. Now, over 4+ acres here, and also on this property, you've got a commercial asset to the left side of this property. So it's a great buying opportunity. The property practically pays for itself, guys. You've got $2,000 of income coming in at 7814 Gibsonton Road in beautiful Tampa Bay.
Sun is shining, the weather is sweet.
In studio, William Crowley, the credit magician, also Mario Larrea, reverse mortgage specialist. On the phones, James Lascano, Transworld Business Advisors. You there, James?
Yes, I am, Brendan. Thank you.
Let's pick up where we left off. What's this blue sky stuff about?
Okay, so what I was explaining was so I explained goodwill and small business. Now I'm going to explain blue sky. And blue sky basically is, in the simplest way or form, is, let's say a corporation like Kroger, which is the biggest supermarket chain in the United States. Kroger wants to go ahead and put and start taking market share in Florida. And they say, look, we want to go ahead and put ourselves in Florida. And they have a team of people that do information analysis on how much something would cost. And they tell them, look, if you want to start putting yourself in Florida, you'd have to invest at least let's say $1 billion within a 10-year time period to start encroaching and putting yourself in there, because you have competitors like Publix and Winn-Dixie, and they have basically the majority of the market share, and this is what it would take. So they look at it and they're like, okay, $1 billion, we could move forward, we want to do this. Florida's a great market. And all of a sudden they find out, hey, Winn-Dixie may be up for sale. Mm-hmm. Okay, and they own, like, the example, and this is not fair, I'm just saying it as an example. Winn-Dixie owns 25% of the market share in Florida, which means that they have 25% of all people that shop in Florida basically go out of the 100%, 25 go and shop at Winn-Dixie. Mm-hmm. So therefore, they say, okay, well, what's the sales price for Winn-Dixie? And they say, well, Winn-Dixie, and again, everything here is I'm just saying it for purposes to keep things simple. Yep. Let's say that Winn-Dixie says they're for sale for $300 million. Okay, so they look at it and they go, okay, that's great. So they'll go and pay $500 million to get anybody who may be even considering to buy Winn-Dixie, get them off the table. They're like, we want to make this easy transition. We'll pay more than Winn-Dixie's willing is thinking that they're going to get for their business. Right. The difference between the 300 that Winn-Dixie was looking to get and the 500 they're going to pay, that $200 million is what's considered blue sky. And blue sky, what that refers to is, hey, that is money that someone else is willing to pay. Okay. Because they see it as value to them, because in their atmosphere of understanding how the market would react, they're seeing it as we're saving actually $500 million because we were going to spend $1 billion just to get into Florida. Mm-hmm. This gives us immediate acquisition, immediate market share. We want to go ahead and move in, so we'll pay that extra $200 million for that. That's considered blue sky. So it is something that another corporation is going to gain much more value for acquiring it. And there are instances that has happened. The acquisition within Cadbury and Hershey from Mountains, things like that has happened in the past. Not to that extreme, but they have happened. So that does happen. But most of the time for small businesses, it's rare. It does happen again, but it's very rare. But I wanted our listeners to understand the differences, obviously, between Goodwill and Blue Sky, because this was just brought up to me, and I wanted to make sure that everyone understood that.
Yeah,
It makes sense. Some people may want to say, I want to get Blue Sky. I'm like, yeah, small business, it's very rare. It has to be an extremely niche market. And sometimes you may see it in the computer world when an acquisition is done because of a certain, like when you see someone like Snapchat getting an IPO that other people say, I don't understand it, but it's valuable to others. Those are the few places where you may see that.
Yeah, absolutely. James Lascano, Trans World Business Advisors, very well versed. He's locally respected here in Tampa Bay, business broker that can help you buy or sell business. So, James, thanks for calling in, dropping those nuggets of advice for us. I want to remind our listeners, if they're interested in something of that nature, text us, give us a call on our hotline, 813-917-1894. That's our consumer advocate hotline, 813-917-1894. You can call or text that line. Hey, thanks a lot, James. We appreciate you calling in.
Thank you very much. It's always a pleasure to be on this show, Brandon, and I love to get out to the consumers and provide as much information as everyone else of our peers is.
That's right. Yeah, hopefully we'll see you at the event also Friday the 24th. We got a big event happening at 3 o'clock at the Hotel Zamora, our official hotel partner in beautiful St. Pete Beach. 3 to 5:30, it's all business content, helping you grow your business. Digital marketing seminar, business coach going to be there as well. Action coach Patrick Leese is going to be educating. And then at 5:30, time to have a little fun. We'll go upstairs. And on the rooftop lounge, we'll have some cocktails, great networking, expecting over 100 people in attendance, and also a lot of our expert contributors from the show. So any of our listeners, you're all invited. It's a free event. Come out and check us out Friday the 24th at the Hotel Zamora on beautiful St. Pete Beach. Now, let's go ahead and switch gears. We're going to talk reverse mortgages with Mario Larrea. And Mario, it's a misunderstood product in many cases. I think we've really been making a lot of headway here on the show as well with educating our listeners about how it can help them live a better life.
Yeah, one of the things that I'm sure you've seen since you've been in the real estate market for a long time, things have gotten so tight mortgage-wise and qualification-wise with the, from the CFPB to Dodd-Frank. It's just made things a lot more difficult to get financed. One of the great things about the reverse mortgage product is it kind of takes away from all of that. You don't really have to meet a lot of these guidelines. The restrictions or the guidelines to reverse mortgages are much more lenient, and there's just not as much as many hoops that you have to jump through, or things that minimums that you have to meet.
Right.
So one of the big things that we see with all these reforms is income restrictions. It's really, really tough in mortgages to get people to qualify income wise. With reverse mortgages, you don't have to deal with that. The only thing that people have to prove income for is the ability to pay homeowners insurance and their property taxes. So people on fixed incomes, it's a lot of times hard to get a mortgage. With this, it allows you to, get a mortgage, not have to actually make payments, and the qualification process is much, much easier.
Yeah, it's an awesome product, and you got to be 61 and a half or 62 years old, right, Mario?
Yep, 62 years old.
Yep. So then that way you for a senior, it gives them an opportunity to access the equity in their home, maybe for vehicle repairs, or maybe for a lot of different reasons why people might want to access their equity, Mario.
Yeah, and there's a number of things. I mean, just like you said, it could be a vehicle. They could want to reinvest money. I mean, they could just want to have money sitting in the bank in case something comes up. So it gives you a lot of flexibility, and you don't need to actually make any payments back. So it relieves the stress of having to make mortgage payments on a fixed income. And they work with pretty much any type of property, as long as it's your primary residence. If it's a regular single family residence, a 2 to 4 unit property, you can get a reverse mortgage on. They're even doing manufactured homes with reverse mortgages as well. There are some condos, as long as they're HUD approved, those will work as well. So it's a very broad product that, broad spectrum of people and properties that would qualify for them, as long as you're 62 or older.
Yeah, reverse for purchase is another opportunity. Look, maybe we'll talk a little bit about that on the other side of this upcoming break. And we're also going to go over the top 10 reasons people put off credit repair. And more from our expert contributors here in studio. Mario Larrea, reverse mortgage specialist. William Crowley, credit repair specialist. And big shout out to the Maids Cleaning Service. They do a great job cleaning our real estate properties. The Maids Cleaning Service have a 24-hour, 100% satisfaction guarantee. The Maids Cleaning Service, they do a great job. They are referred for a reason. So stay with us. Don't touch that dial. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, this is Jarek Robbins. You are listening to the
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here. We're going to go over the top 10 reasons people put off credit repair. We're going to talk more reverse mortgage here as well with Mario Larrea. And I want to let you know about Source One Solutions, which is our official security partner, the official security partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show, protecting your home or office with Honeywell technology. Big shout out to Robert Hessel and his team over at Source One Solutions, our official security partner. Consumer Quarterback Show, helping you win in any marketplace. We don't care if you're climbing a corporate ladder or if you throw a ladder in your truck on the way to work. We're going to help you win. We're going against the nonsense out there in the mainstream media, making you just a bit more street smart every day, Monday through Friday, right here, 8 a.m. on 1250 WINS, WHNZ. Also have a weekend show on a FM station as well, Sunday mornings. And I got a hot listing I want to let you know about. Attention builders, developers, 1401 Seminole Boulevard in Largo. This is a great opportunity. It's a corner lot, 0.82 acres, MOL, within the city of Largo. It's got 200 feet of frontage on Seminole Boulevard. It's 1401 Seminole Boulevard here in Tampa Bay. Check out all of our listings, links to all of our expert contributors at consumerqb.com, helping you win in any marketplace. And let's go right back here to Mario. Mario, you know, reverse mortgages, we talk about an opportunity, a financial instrument, and it's a way that people can also purchase property.
Yeah, that's one of the lesser known things about reverse mortgages. And I mean, being in Florida, it's a great thing. People want to move down here for, you know, the weather, get out of the cold. it allows people to maybe get into a little bit larger home than they could qualify for with a regular mortgage. And like I was saying before, there's a lot less restrictions to it. So, they can come down, live without paying a mortgage, afford a little bit larger home than what they could typically buy with a forward mortgage. So it gives a lot of options, that they wouldn't have normally if they were using just a regular straightforward mortgage.
Yeah, and it allows them the flexibility. We talk about OPM, right? Other people's money. When you think about financing and you think about real estate, the more that you can have leverage on your side, it's going to free up capital for other types of potential unforeseen things happening, medical, the car breaks down, whatever it might be. You want to help out maybe a younger, loved one in the family. Maybe they need help with college, student loans, student debts, things like that are piling up, we know. But Mario Larrea is the expert in this space. We want you to reach out to our hotline at 813-917-1894, Consumer Advocate Hotline. Anything you need related to reverse mortgages, and then, of course, 80 different other categories that we can help you with here. We want you to save our hotline number, 813-917-1894. Mario, what else are you seeing in that space, the reverse mortgage space, and some nuggets of advice for our listeners out there?
Well, one of the things you touched on too is having money on hand. This is a great product for that, and something that is not utilized as much as it could. People from up north sell their properties, come down, buy a house cash. Well, they could hold on to like half of the money, still have that money in the bank, buy the same exact home, and if something comes up, they have cash available. So it's something to really think about. You can use the money to grow, to work for you, for additional income as well. Just gives you a lot more options. So something for people to look into when they are thinking of purchasing down here.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's go ahead and jump into this top 10 list. People put off their credit repair. Here's the top 10 list. Now, I'm going to open it up to William Crowley here, the credit magician in the studio, and William Crowley, and also Mario Larrea. So the top 10 reasons. Let's go. Let's start right here with William. You got to know some of these top 10. So let's have a little fun with you, see what you can guess here. So top 10 reasons why people put it off, William.
Skepticism, for one.
Skepticism. So they're skeptical. That would fall under. It's on here. I just read it. It's you don't want to do the credit repair work. It's on here too. You think it's too hard to repair your credit. Mm-hmm. Skepticism. I'm sure it's not worded that way, but yeah, that's definitely it's a top one. You're not sure how to start. Right. Is also number 2 on the list here. Mario.
Don't have the money.
Yeah, that's on here as too. People think they don't have the you don't know you have bad credit is number 7 on the list. Let's see. You think it's too hard. You're waiting for the credit repair. Here's a good one. Number 1 reason was that you're waiting on the credit repair fairy to fix it for you. We got the magician. We don't have the fairy, though.
Most people wait for that statute of limitation, which is 7 years. They think it's going to just come off, and usually that doesn't happen.
Yeah. Yeah, here's another one. It says, number 4, it says you use your spouse's good credit instead of fixing your own.
And alternative, they use CPN numbers and all kind of crazy stuff now.
Like business numbers?
Yeah, but people try to get it for themselves, to avoid repairing their own credit. And I tell people just repair your own credit.
Yeah. Yeah. Here, this was on the list. There's somebody had said this. I think, Mario. You think that you don't have enough money to repair your credit. So that's something too, William. Talk about that. It's affordable, right?
Yeah,
people can reach out.
It's definitely affordable. Plus, there's a money back guarantee. If it's a legitimate credit repair company, I use credit restoration assistance, nevertheless. But there's always a money back guarantee, so you're not really losing at all. And most of the time, you can do a payment plan. Some people don't even take the money up front. With traditional credit repair company, they won't take the money up front. I'm credit restoration assistant, so I'll definitely take the money up front. But nevertheless, the price is affordable, and there's payment plans available. Just talk to the representative. They'll work something out with you.
Yeah, here's one that I found interesting as well. It says you don't want to make the situation any worse. So that's kind of like the idea of paying off old collections. That will bring an old collection current. Mm-hmm. And it says if you really think and truly believe this, chances are your credit is bad enough that it'd take a concerted effort to make it worse.
Yeah.
So it's true. When it comes to credit, there's always room for improvement. In 99% of the cases out there, and it's one of the things, especially in real estate, we see it. In Mario and mortgages, you see it. People wait to the last minute. They find a house they like. They want to go get pre-approved for it, and then I didn't pull credit out here. I didn't have this medical thing pop up. You seeing that as well on your side, Mario?
Yeah, and plus the other thing too that a lot of people don't think about, and I had mentioned people not thinking that they have enough money, if you invest the money up front, you're going to save money across the board. You're going to save money in car financing, credit cards, mortgages. You're going to qualify for better rates. So you pay a little bit up front, and you're going to make a lot back in the long run.
Yeah, here's an interesting one. It says, let's see, which I lost it here. I lost my. Yeah, here we go. You're not willing to sacrifice. Sacrifice is a big one, right? So if you cancel your cable, your 46-inch plasma TV may become a big, dark rectangle in the corner of your living room. So yeah, you think about that. If I want to pull money from one place and invest in my future? So the actual definition of self-discipline, it's the ability to make yourself do, according to Jim Rohn, right? One of the best in the biz, is the ability to make yourself do what you should do, whether you feel like it or not. So it goes back to the belief system that you have and the habits that we talk about on the Quarterback Show here so often, helping you improve in your daily life, your business life. Let's go ahead and jump into our lightning round. All right, top tips, things to do, things to avoid. William Crowley, the credit magician.
Be proactive. Get a promotional block on that Social Security number as soon as possible. Everybody should have a promotional block on their credit report, and that'll be in the package that we're
that's in the credit package. Teaches you how to opt out of pre-screening, cut off all that junk mail coming to your mailbox that's opening you up to identity theft. People drive by, they'll grab your mail out of the mailbox. Within 2 seconds, they got it, and then they're able to, formulate their evil plan. I don't know the evil plan every time, but I'm sure they're getting more creative these days with it. So
definitely,
yeah.
But that just on that promotional block, also make sure you're going after the credit reporting agencies. You're stopping them from foul play as well, and they're the ones that the biggest perpetrator of identity theft.
And eliminate stress in your life. All right. Mario, your turn.
For people that are retired right now, look into a reverse mortgage. I mean, there's no sense in living paycheck to paycheck. Enjoy those golden years, and reverse mortgage allows you guys to do that. So it's an option if you're out there, money's tight. Talk to a professional in the mortgage industry, and see what your options are.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all about finding out the options, exploring the options, taking the time to reach out. And Mario Larrea, the best in the business here in Tampa Bay, can help you, obviously, with a reverse mortgage. And William Crowley, let's do one more time around top tips, things to do, things to avoid, nuggets of advice.
Be familiar with your rights. As I said earlier, go to ftc.gov and familiarize yourself with the Fair Credit Reporting Act and the Fair Debt Collection Practice Act in specific. And also know the acts out there that are a contradiction, like the CFPB, that the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau is not helping us at all, nor is the Dodd-Frank. So be familiar with the laws that aren't working in our interest as well, even though they're masquerading as though they're helping us as consumers. They're not at all. Fair Credit Reporting Act, Fair Debt Collection Practice Act, and even aspects of the Uniform Commercial Code. Be familiar with these. Be proactive.
Mario, real quick, top tip.
I would agree with what he was saying. A lot of people don't realize how much control and damage the CFPB and Dodd-Frank has come in to do to this industry, or on my side from what I can see. So, it's real good what's going on right now with some of the reforms that are coming up. So look into it, find out what's going on, and, you'll just do what you can to help get some of these pushed back.
Awesome. Great show today. Thank you to our expert contributors here. Want to remind you we have a book on Amazon.com. Become the MVP in your industry by surfing the radio waves. Please check it out. Go to Amazon.com, search it. Become the MVP in your industry by surfing the radio waves. Also, we got the event on the 24th at the Hotel Zamora. Definitely want to check that out. It's a free event, like our Consumer Quarterback page on Facebook. Please go out there, consider committing a random act of kindness. Something as simple as taking leftover food you may have, carrying it with you to and from your commute, and handing it to that person in need. Thanks so much for listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, everybody, I'm Forbes Ryan.